Hello, I'm Stella. Today is the first day of the lecture. Today's topic is the origin of biology. And contents are the original biology term, Hippocrates and Aristoteles. Before we learn the original biology, let's see how the biology term was born. This term comes from the Greek word bios, which means life, and logia, which means research. Its first appearance in Latin was in 1736, when it used biology in the Bibliotheca Botanica by Carpon Linne, and this term is used again in 1766 at Philosophia Naturalis C. Physicae. Thomas III. Continents, Geology and Biology and Pathology and Generalis by Michel Christophe Cano. Modern biology has been relatively developed recently, but the science related to biology has already been studied since ancient times. However, the origin of research about modern biology and nature can find the record since ancient Greek. The study of medicine can be traced back to Hippocrates, but Aristotle can be said to have contributed the most to the development of biology. Hippocrates was the first person who separates between religion and medicine. Before him, many people believed that pray with clean body at palace is the answer. But after Hippocrates appeared, he think all the diseases have causes and the treatment is possible when the causes are known. He even eat the stool, urine, and earwax of the patients with his students, and he stored it to know what is the causes and research about it. And he insisted that humor theory that based on four elements theory. This theory is that human body have four body fluids which have properties of cold, dry, moist, and hot, and humans are healthy when they are balanced. These four body fluids are blood, flame, black bile, and yellow bile. So for example, when each patient have fever, he started to draw blood, and each person have different spots to draw the blood based on their birth and the weather. He also wrote the Corpus Hippocrateum, which consists of 60 to 70 books, and the part of these books are Hippocratic oaths that you might think first when you hear the Hippocrates. This is known as the oath the doctor recited before they graduate, and during this process there are many failures and errors. But why we call him the father of medicine and doctor is that 2000 years ago, there are no doctors who think that disease is acquired because of change of body, and they think because of crime. So he's the first person who tried to explain rationally. And also, the humor theory is the opportunity to develop medicine scientifically. Next, let's talk about Aristotle. You probably might think he is philosopher, but he also contributed in biology, and we can call him progenitor of biology, especially in anatomy. He wrote so many books such as Historia, History of Animals, Historia Animalium, Parts of Animals, De Partibus Animalium, Generation of Animals, Degeneration Animalium, and etc. It is still referred in modern biology, especially Historia Animalium has special story. After Plato died, Aristotle left the Athens because He might not be able to understand why Speusippus, nephew of Plato, became principal, and at that time Macedonia had some political conflict with Athens, so Aristotle, who is familiar with Macedonia, was suspected by Athenian peoples, and he lived in Lesbos island for 3 years. So he started to observe many fish and animals and be interested in reproduction and genesis, and he wrote the Historia Animalium here. It consists of 9 books and contains about 500 species. For example, he drew dogfish and baby dogfish connected with umbilical cord. Tahiti, we can know he discovered they aren't ovoviviparous. And there are Aristotle's catfish. Surprisingly, he's the first person who observed not the use of them, but the fish as independent creature. So he made a rather of nature. He divided the animals to bloody creature and bloodless creature. He placed the human first place except to God and planet, but he don't think the animals exist for human. He think it has purpose to exist. But many physicists and astronomers criticized him because they think it's insufficient to explain physical phenomena. Despite many criticism like this, he contributed in biology so much, so it's one of the indispensable people in biology. Today we talked about original biology. Isn't it so fun? Next lecture, we will talk about development of anatomy. Let's see you at the next lecture. Bye bye.